This Feifan AM4 B450 motherboard costs you $39 US. This is probably as low as you can go for a B450 chipset motherboard. Interestingly, the vendor claims this to be quote-unquote high-end motherboard. I think not. Well, it has one M.2 slot along with a Wi-Fi card slot underneath. It has a gigabit Ethernet port along with 4 USB 3 ports. It is lacking a USB-C internal port as well as a second M.2 slot, but I am not complaining at this price point. Overall, this is a quite simple motherboard. I've confirmed it to work with Ryzen 3000 and 4000. It should work with Ryzen 5000 series as well. Since this is B450 chipset, PCI Express is limited to Generation 3 version. This will negatively impact your GPU performance if you plan to use any modern ones. The latest standard is Generation 5, so you are 2 generations behind. It does feel like it's time to move on from AM4 platform at this point. The BIOS date is pretty recent, but it is lacking rebar as well as PCI Express bifurcation support. Do note that it doesn't have a RGB support either. Overall, nothing much to look at. Skip to 2-minute point if you wish to skip. The M.2 slot is wired to PCI Express Generation 3-4 lanes. This is expected. And the GPU is PCI Express Generation 3-16 lanes, which is again expected. RAM is DDR4. I've put the system through a few stress tests, and it all worked without errors. It's somewhat unrelated, but I've run a game on this system as well. The CPU is 3400G, which has a fairly decent iGPU for its class. It's running well, given the spec. Gaming itself is a fairly decent test for a newly built computer, since it tends to stress all parts of the system. Overall, this is a cheap and simple motherboard that just works. There isn't much to go wrong since everything on this motherboard is based on things that have been proven to work, which is why it is so cheap to begin with. If you are on an absolutely tight budget and need a motherboard, this $39 motherboard fits the bill. CPU for the AM4 platform can be quite cheap as well. I do think that you could build a semi-decent gaming rig under $150 with this motherboard. Having said that, it's probably time to move on from AM4 platform altogether. Only B550 chipset is somewhat up to general standards in 2025. B450 chipset, which is what this motherboard is based on, is quite behind. It still works though. Thank you for watching and see you next time.